Welcome to the first age. This is a world before life. A world so cold and boring that even the clouds were made of rock. Don't you dare ask me why the world is so small. We're only here to explore the facts. In the beginning, there was snow, and then there was a wall separating God's experiment from the world. 'Cause, well, you know, he has to have a laboratory. Why wouldn't he? Also, there were no seas, because God hadn't heated the world with his semen yet. But then, all of a sudden, the world was no longer boring, because God created everything else. And with it, he spawned in 250 sausage monsters, also known as the Baegus Daekus. But alas, it was a failure, and they all exploded at the same time due to the extreme cold. So the Lord on the 5th day created the rover, 2 of them, in order to sustain his population, because he was lazy and didn't want to change his beings and all of that. That did not prove very successful either, so he just kept spawning in more and more. On the 100th million day, the Lord changed his mind once more and decided that he didn't like trees because he wanted it to be realistic, as some of his subscribers said. The Baegus Daekus come in various shapes and sizes and are all male, meaning that they're doomed to die. Unless, of course, they can find their way to the wet and warm marches of, according to Freud, their mothers. Most, however, are doomed to never pass on their genes, and they just live off the green grass in their neighborhood. They lead sad and lonely lives. Some pair up in search of the elusive marches, but also doom themselves to die by doing this, since there's only really so much room to wiggle for both of them. The fact that they're not extinct is only due to the miracle of God, because he has created these things in his image, which probably means that God is kind of an asshole, or a dick rather, since that's how they all behave. Death for these sausage-looking creatures comes in a very unusual fashion, by blowing up in a big warm and red explosion. Fortunately for these creatures, and us alive today, the world got a lot warmer, trees started to finally grow, and the Baegus Daekus was released upon the world. It is thanks to these creatures millions of years ago that the attitude of dickishness is still around today. In fact, believe it or not, but these are our earliest ancestors. If it were not for them, we would not be where we are today. We'd be in space, conquering the galaxy through peace. But instead, we are lazy and vengeful and very violent, just like the Baegus Daekus. Join us next time to learn how this most magnificent world forced the Baegus Daekus to evolve into the Erectus Daekus, with its big, round, ballish feet and its giant horns. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Game Gamster in the Species, Artificial Life, Real Intelligence, Nature Show. See you later. Don't forget to subscribe for more, and leave a like, it really helps us out. Farewell.